Hey everyone, my name is Noah. If you don't already know me, if you're new to Aquatic Creations or you randomly come across the videos, but I'm the owner of Aquatic Creations. We started this 10 years ago, and so now we're into our spring clean out season. Basically, beginning of every year, we start by draining and power washing and cleaning out ponds. We also do some upgrades to ponds, replace parts that are broken, stuff like that. Help people troubleshoot, a little bit of everything. This spring, I'm starting this series and kind of see how it goes. I'm gonna try to do one every week, every 2 weeks. But yeah, we have a lot of clean outs to go do. We actually started last week, and there's already a lot of dirty ponds, so it's a lot of fun. We enjoy it. Especially doing the clean outs, because a lot of the ponds we built ourselves, so we come back and we do the maintenance on them, and I love my clients. Totally blessed to have them, and they request us every year to come out and do the work, and we essentially take a pond that we built, you know, it could have been 10 years ago, but we take that pond and we power wash it down and we essentially restore it. Bring it back to kind of the original state. I mean, the pond still has a little bit of weathering on it, but that's what we want to see. We want to see it mature, and doing the clean out kind of helps it mature and keeps, you know, helps keep everything in check. You got to look at a clean out similar to like doing a fish tank clean out. You have to drain and clean a fish tank. If not, it gets all yuck. A lot of people say, oh, I don't have to drain and clean a pond. Those are the folks that end up spending more money because their pond's a mess when it's time to clean out. So, and things go wrong. Pumps can get clogged, and then if a pump goes out, that could be $4, $5, $6, $800, depending on what it is. So you don't want that happening. So that's why we do, and I recommend spring clean outs. So part of my morning routine, I drop my daughter off to daycare, and then I run to Front Royal, meet the boys at the shop, and then we head out to go do our clean outs. Try to do a couple a day. Sometimes only one a day, depending on how bad the pond is. Curious to see how this goes. I'm gonna try to keep these videos going. This will be an interesting journey. So thanks for watching. Run by the shop real quick, pick up our stuff. We're out of here. This is a killer house, log house. Got an awesome view. All the clean outs that we're doing here today, they all have killer views. We're working basically up on the mountain near Mount Weather. We're kind of down from it. And what's pretty interesting though, I've had people tell me that the closer you live up to Mount Weather, they actually do background checks on people to see guess who you are. But I thought that was pretty cool. All right, well, we're here at the clean out, and let's get started. Look at this view. I'd take two houses, one on this side of the mountain, one on that side.
How you doing?
Hey, morning. How you doing, Dave?
Good to see you. How are you?
Flushing out that.
It's just daylight savings time.
Right?
I keep my pump off in the winter, just turned into ice sheet. I keep those bubbles in there.
Yeah.
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Busy already?
We are. Yeah, we have a lot of clean outs to go do. We started there last week, and Yeah. What are the sleds for?
It gives them protections from some of these damn birds that come in here and eat them.
This close to your property.
Oh,
right
yeah.
here, this
yeah, yeah.
right here,
A hawk or any of that stuff. Or,
Really?
Those wading birds. Can I get y'all some coffee?
You know what? I'll take a refill.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, let me grab my mug.
Yes, sir. You will too?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
It's got my wife's family on there.
There you go. Good. Good. All right.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Be right back.
So you heard them. Even though the pond is this close to the house, it's right here, a bird will still come in and try to get after the fish, but maybe a little bit of overkill. I've seen some other measures put in place, but really, if you have a properly built fish cave, yeah, your fish will be good. You don't have to do the extra. From a professional standpoint, yeah, some good fish caves. Use some plastic culvert pipe. They work pretty well. Make some tunnels, and that's some of the techniques that we do when we do pond construction. So. There's a dead frog in here earlier. It still stinks. What is that? What's that? Psst. All right, come on. All right. All right, dude. I'm not gonna eat you today. I'll let this one go. Look how big this guy is. So that is a big bullfrog. And show you all what we do with all the eggs. We take them home and we sell them on eBay. All right, let's go. All right, so what we'll do is that we'll capture all the eggs whenever we see a big cluster. And then once we're done the clean out, put them back in. along with frogs, anybody else, like that big bullfrog, wherever he went. So what I like to do is I'll take an area like up against this log, somewhere where it's not a ton of moving water, and I know they'll make it. They'll kind of hang out in that area until they hatch. So. All right, in there. What did you just say?
People used to steal horses. They used to put ice cream in their back pocket.
They put ice cream in their back pocket to steal a horse?
Yep. True story.
What do y'all think? Think it's a true story, or you think you just made that up? If you put ice cream in your pocket, it'd melt.
Who says you have to do it in the summer?
Oh, you got a point. Yeah, if you do it during the winter, it probably won't melt.
Yeah, there you go.
This one came out. They all come out clean. This one looks super clean though. This one was pretty dirty. He captures all the trees, all the leaves, wind, all winter long, and it just collects right here. Gotta have fun, right? Every night, I put my daughter to bed. We read, actually, I'm starting to learn a lot about horses. She likes to read horse books every night. Is there anything else that's coming up? Auto dosing system. This thing right here is money. Could do good. Basically treats your pond for you. You can set up 4 different bags. Each bag has a different thing to it. So the maintain bag is what I recommend. It just takes care of your pond. And you set up an automatic dosing, so it's calculated for the amount of gallons. And, bags last, was it 80 days, something like that, 90 days? For 1,000 gallons, 83 days. Yeah, so pretty good system. And that wraps up this clean out, all loaded up. Keep it simple. We're using a work van, but I'm getting some work done to it. So we are using my truck. It's kind of funny because I got a car seat and I got Barbies and baby dolls in the back. So anyways, we're finished up. Are you sad that we're leaving? I'm sorry, Sadie. We gotta leave. We're all done here. We'll be back. I promise. I promise Matt to bring peanut butter next time we come. All right, we say goodbye to the customer and off the next one. All right, so we're at the next clean out. So this one is a pond that we built back in 2012, I think it was. And it's another pond that's on our maintenance trip that we take care of on a monthly basis.
All right. Now go get me.
And it has a real long stream that comes up, and then we split it off. And there's actually a little kicker that comes around this way. We have some valves up here, so our customer likes to mess with the valves depending on what the actual weather patterns are, whether or not this flows heavy or it just kind of trickles. So like during a drought, this will just be a trickle. It'll turn the valve way down just to kind of mimic what's going on in the environment. So it's just kind of a cool feature. And his pond has also become a rescue pond, which is really neat. So anytime that we've had some folks that are looking to downsize or move some fish, yeah, they all came into here. I'll show you the fish here in a moment. So on this pond, it has a skimmer set up. We also have an intake bay that we're going to do some work to here. About 2 foot deep. There's a set of steps that come in from right there in front of the fish. And then you kind of wade around. And then this actually has a deep wading pool in it. So our client gets in and wades with his fish and soaks her in a real hot summer. This deep part's about 4 feet deep right here. So it's kind of neat. And then this is filtered off of a wetland as well. I think you're ready for some more fish.
What was the weather like there?
There is so much water where we were. Yeah. That the water temperature range from -4 Celsius.
All right, so boys are getting set up. About to get this clean out started. We got everything all power washed down, and then once we get everything cleaned up and then rinsed out, that's when we start doing some of the tweaks, moving some plants around. We also go through the lighting, so that's what we're doing right now. We're actually installing lights. I'm putting a light in that's right here, and we use the Aquascape 3 watts is what we're replacing here today. And then Matt is up there putting in a new waterfall light that goes right there. So we're gonna get these lights installed, finish putting back together this area, and then we'll get the fish back in here. Let this fill up just a little bit more, but we are almost done. Here's just a quick light that I installed. Basically what we do is we wedge them down into the rocks, and then I fish out the wire. It comes out and around, and then we trench it to connect to our main trunk line. So I have enough water in this lower pool that I want to go ahead and get the fish in, because we're kind of wrapping things up now. The wetland's been cleaned, pump intake's been all put back together and cleaned out. We repotted some lilies as well and some other plants. And so what we do at this part of the clean out, when we're ready to put the fish back in, we'll take a pump the water into the pond. We'll drain that tank down to about 1/4, and then we will pump this water back into that tank, and we'll fill it up to about half. So the idea is that we want the fish to be acclimated to the water change. So that's what we're doing right now. We're transferring the fish over, and then we're gonna acclimate them and let them sit in that tank for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then they will make their journey back into the pond. These koi are like pets. Our customer actually walks up to the steps here, and when he stomps here on the ground, if the fish are over there, they will all come swimming this way because they know it's time to get fed. And these are like babies. And believe it or not, most of them are all rescue. Pretty sure I mentioned that before, but if I didn't, yep, a lot of these are rescue fish. So folks who didn't have the room or were getting rid of their ponds, so I bring them all over to this this client's home, and they love them. They actually have a name for each fish. That one's race car or speedboat. All right, I'm gonna go over here and check on Matt. And Matt is over here cleaning this out. He just finished up. This has been a really fun piece. He controls it with a remote control pump, so he adjusts the volume. So similar on that waterfall up there, where it has that kicker that comes around and there's a valve. He adjusts the water flow of this and that over there, depending on what the season is. If we're having a really wet season, then of course he's gonna run everything at the full mat. And this is a pondless system. There's the vault for the pump, and then bed of gravel comes on top, and then you just get creative. Pretty neat. I remember finding this stump way down in those woods. And then we incorporated it. Oh, yeah, I forgot that one too. Oh, look at that one. That one's actually got a mushroom growing in on it. That's pretty cool. And the moss and stuff, that's all just showing up. So I love seeing this stuff. I love seeing it when they start to age. And then moss grown into the waterfalls as well. Now what are you doing, Matt?
Just connecting everything. The pump.
Putting the pump.
And I gotta hide the lid.
Yep, so we have the lid, and then the lid has an inspection port that's up on top of it. So everything gets covered except that little lid that you see right there. So that way you can just pop the lid off, look down inside of it, and see if you need to add water or whatnot due to evaporation and stuff like that. So,
Is everything they're running?
because it's been baking in the sun. That's another tip. So if you have a stream or waterfall and you want to get rid of some algae, if you have some string algae growing, and if you can shut it off, depending on how many fish you have, but just shut it off during the middle of the day and let it sit, let it bake in the sun for a while, and that will actually kill it off. So what I generally do on some of the maintenance trips that we perform, I will take Ecoblast, Aquascape Ecoblast, and it's a granular form of algicide, and I'll sprinkle it all up and down the waterfall, you know, cut it off or sprinkle it, and then let it sit for about 20 minutes, and sometimes we'll let it sit for the entire hour that we're there doing the servicing, and then cut it back on, and when we show back up, you know, 2 weeks later, it's crystal clear. So stuff works great. But they love this thing. They have a screened in porch that's up here. I'll walk up real quick and show y'all. All right, so this is it. Really cool area. So this is where they live at. They live outside. And then we got the forward-facing waterfalls. You can see those guys, they're exposed right now. I'm about to go pick out a new piece of driftwood and install it in there to hide that area. But yeah, you can see. Why wouldn't you want to sit out here and enjoy this? It's just a happy place. And then too, come nighttime, it's obviously screened in porch. This is money. But then come nighttime, when the bugs are bad, yeah, the lights come on. Totally different atmosphere. Really cool. All right, so these are our spillway units. So it's no filter. It's just strictly pushing water coming out. The main filter's on that side. There's a big wetland that's over there. So we're gonna go for a walk. We're gonna go find something that's gonna hide this. All right, so I found something. I think I can use this. Modify it. This piece right here. I like it. It's got some moss to it. It's kind of funny. I just got a phone call for a clean out that we're doing on Monday. They are actually requesting that we swap out a log. It's a feature that we built about 8-9 years ago, and they're out in the woods looking for logs right now. So they said they'll have one for me for Monday morning. So it's cool stuff like that that makes this job fun, makes it a blast, because you get to be real creative, and at the same time, you know, you have fun with it, and we get to see the enjoyment that our clients experience. Love it. Really cool. A lot of fun. All right, so I finished putting all this back together. So what I did was a piece of driftwood I found, I cut it, wedged it down between the rocks, and then used the other piece to lay across there. And then the original pieces are laid behind it, and it hides the unit pretty well. So it'll look really neat with the water pouring out from here and then pulling down and down to the pond. So now we're all done. So this was our last cleanup for this week. So we got a lot of fun, and we have another busy week ahead of us. We were supposed to go away to Chicago, but that got canceled due to everything that's going on. It'll be a fun, exciting week, so we'll make up for not going to Chicago. We're really looking forward to it. But if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to it. Alrighty, thank you guys.